So yeah, this is the last stretch. She told me I could start pushing. So I was like, okay. So at this point, let me backtrack maybe 15 minutes before that. I was feeling a lot of pressure down below, and I told her I was feeling a lot of pressure. She told me that's how I'm gonna feel. I was like, I asked her, how do I know if he's coming out? Like, what am I gonna feel? You know, this is my first time delivering a full-term baby, so I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know how to feel. I was nervous, I was scared, just like any new person, new mom, you know, going to labor for the very first time with a full-term baby. Because this is my second labor, but with a full term. um, so she told me I would start feeling a lot of pressure continuously. Like at that point, I was feeling a lot of pressure, but not like back to back. She said, "You'll know when he's coming when it's back to back, a lot of pressure." I was like, "Okay, great." So 15 minutes passed, back to back, a lot of pressure. So I was like, I was pressing the button. I was like, "Come in here." I was like, I feel a lot of pressure back to back, and she checked me. She was like, "You're okay. You're 9.5 centimeters." Actually, she told me I'm 10. She's like, I can push. She's like, you're fully dilated. I was like, holy crap. I was like, oh my god, he's coming. This is it. I'm going to meet my baby. Oh my god. This is nerve-wracking. So my boyfriend, he's getting excited. He was happy. So I was like, all right, great. So they positioned me to push. They put my legs. My boyfriend was holding one leg. The nurse was holding the other. And I was, you know, sitting slightly up. And I just started to push. The sensation for me felt like you have to take a really big crap. Like you have to poop like really bad. Like the biggest poop you have to take in the whole wide world. I'm sorry, TMI, whatever, but it's the truth. That's how it feels. There's no hiding it. There's no describing it any other way because that's exactly how it feels. There's no other way. There's no other feeling that's gonna feel like but that feeling. Like you have to use the bathroom and it has to be down. Yeah, so every push, every contraction was 3 pushes. So every time, you know, I pushed for 3 times for 10 seconds, 10 slow seconds. And it was just horrible. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was like a lot of pressure, and I'm pushing. But at the same time, I'm scared because I'm like, oh my god, this baby's just gonna come out. I'm just like, ah. It was just so, I was so nervous but happy and excited at the same time. But I was also concerned because my doctor wasn't there. So I'm like, why am I going to stop pushing and my doctor's there? Please don't tell me to stop pushing when he's crying because I'm not going to be able to stop pushing because that's not fair. That's very uncomfortable. I'm not going to hold this baby in if he's coming out. So you guys better be ready. And where's my doctor? I wish she got to be here. Like, why she's not here? You know? So the nurse was like, she's here. She's coming. She's on her way. She's at her office. She just left. I was like, are you serious? The office is not that far from the hospital, thank God, but still, when you're in labor, it seems like forever. So yeah, I was like, oh my god. So I'm pushing. I'm like, where's my doctor? Oh my god, he's gonna come. You know, he's already, you know, coming. I pushed maybe I had maybe, I would say 5 contractions before he started crowning. And remember, like I said, every contraction is 3 pushes. So yeah. At the point when I started crowning, still my doctor not there. I knew I was crowning. I felt it. I was like, oh my god, it's like right there. And by the look at her face, I knew he was right there too because she was like, okay, she's crowning and her doctor's not here. She's acting for her doctor. And then my boyfriend was like, he told me, he was like, I can see his head. I can see his head. I was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I gotta push again. And then, you know, I'm pushing. She was just telling me to push with it. So I was like, where's my doctor? I mean, I can't just have the baby with no one here. Like, what the hell? She's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna let nothing bad happen to you. So she's like, all right, I need backup just in case Dr. Solo doesn't come in. So a whole bunch of people started coming in the room. One nurse started setting up his little thing, his little bed thing. She's setting that up for him. Another nurse is setting up the utensils and stuff like that for the, you know, for the delivery. Another nurse is there just, you know, just to assist anybody who needed help. And then a doctor comes in, a male doctor. I guess the attendant that was there, OB. And you know, he started putting on his jacket. And I'm like, holy crap, he's coming because this guy is getting ready to deliver my baby in there. I mean, and I was little like, okay, at that point I didn't care what my doctor was. I was like, whatever. And she's like, oh, your doctor's on her way. She's coming. I was like, because I did ask. I was like, is my doctor here? Oh, yeah, she's here. She's here. I'm like, she's not here. She has to find parking. She has to do this. Has to go to the elevator. At that point, everyone started laughing. But I was like, I'm serious. It's going to take forever to come up, for her to come upstairs. So that sucks. So the doctor sat down in the chair in front of me. He talked to me. He was like, all right, Taisha. He was like, all right, you're going to push. Just keep pushing, okay? So I started pushing, and right before I started pushing, my doctor comes in. And she just comes in like, oh, okay, I'm here, I made it. And I'm like, are you serious? I was like, and part of me was like happy because you know why? Because with this pregnancy, with my subclad, my incompetent cervix, it was all because of her that, you know, I'm able to carry this baby full term. And I really, really wanted her to be there. And I really, really wanted her to deliver my baby. Like, it meant so much to me. So when she was there to deliver my baby, it was just like amazing. So like I said, he was already set up. But when she came in, she was like, all right, I need some stuff. And he was like, I'm already here. But he didn't say that, but you can tell by his face that's what he was thinking. Like, hello, I'm already here. I can do it. And she's like, by the look at her face, she was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm here, and I'm going to deliver this baby whether you like it or not. It was so funny. So he ended up giving her his jacket, and, you know, and she put it on, and she had one glove on, and she's like, all right, Taisha, with this push, you're going to have this baby, okay? So I went in, and I pushed. Oh, man, the feeling. Where did the epidural go? I don't know, because the epidural was no longer there. I felt everything. Alright, it feels like when his head comes out, it feels like if someone is going like this to your vagina, like opening it up like that, shh, and then just stretched out, like that's what you feel. Like you really literally feel that. Like it's just crazy. I let out like maybe 2 screams because when I felt that, I was like, oh my god. And I just pushed with it when I let out a scream at the same time. It was like a, not a scream, but like it was just, I don't know, whatever. But you know, I felt that, and she was like, okay, hold on, Taisha, hold on, don't push no more, don't push no more. I was like, what? I feel him coming out. Like it's not, if I didn't push, he was coming out regardless. So I just, you know, he just came out, and he just came out super fast. And the relief, oh my goodness, that was like the best feeling ever. So I actually got to feel him come out, like his head, his whole body, like the way it feels, like, oh, I felt that. I don't know what's the use of that. I guess the epidural helps with the contraction. It helped me with the contractions, but it did not help me with the actual delivery process because I felt everything. I felt him coming out. I felt everything. It was just crazy. So he came out at 12:04. He came out crying. You know, she took the suction, she took something out. Like, he came out so fast. Like, you know, thank God she grabbed him in time, but he came out super fast. Like he was coming out of a water slide or something. Like, it was so crazy. And I couldn't control it. It was just my body and him. I just wanted to come out. So yeah, so he came out. They put him on top of me. I got to hold him. I got to see him. He was so adorable. Like, it was love at first sight. Like, I loved him unconditionally. Like, even before when I was pregnant, I loved him unconditionally. But when he was in my arms, first time ever, it was just the best feeling in the world. Like, undescribable. Like, it's an amazing feeling. And I love him so much. And he's growing so fast already. It's like unbelievable. So I'm going to go ahead and make a part 3 because I have to say a few more things and then that's it. So, hold on.